Okay, and we're back. We just got done with, damn it, I can't remember what the quest was called, but we, what Pride had wrought, that's what it was called. We just got done with that, but I need to go ahead and address what's going on with the war table, because we haven't done that in a couple parts. I want to save real quick. It always crashes, every goddamn time, so I'm just getting ready for it. Alright, hopefully, even though I have a bit of a cough as of now, this won't be too difficult to read. Just getting it out of my system. We received word from Lady Eustace Richelieu, that's probably wrong, who presumes more and more to, more and more to speak as an authority in these affairs. She is also quick to use us and we. Josephine, Lady, what would it be, Richelieu? I'm gonna go with Richelieu. Yeah, that's wrong, but I'm gonna go with that. Lady Richelieu's letter follows. A strategic demand, Inquisitor. The Tybalts concede that you are within your rights to ask that they bear the weight of bargaining with Lord de Rosier. The frivolous marriage between Celeste Tybalt and a son of the Leander family, a name of little bearing, has been wisely called off in favor of a proper matchmaking, one that will profit players and arbiters both. In your gracious service, Lady Eustace, blah blah. Alright, so I got an Amulet of Power, that could be helpful. The College of Magi, my agents were successful. Our dwarven warrior Corbin led a foray into the College of Magi and emerged with both the mage refugees and whatever artifacts could be transported, all before the Navarran mobs finally stormed the gates. If the Venatori were behind this, they have been disappointed, and the refugees expressed their relief and their thanks for the rescue. Liliana, so I got a Life Ward Amulets. Haven't really been using those as of late. Not really at all, actually. Inquisitor, this is for reparations for Redcliffe. I'm pleased that we were able to work together for the betterment of the people of Redcliffe Arling. May Andraste watch over you, Tegan Gurian. So I guess just helping him repair stuff was more than enough. Oh, I got an invitation from the Arl, it appears. Just want to check over this. Okay. What's that? Doesn't matter. Ambassador, I apologize for any unpleasantries that might have arisen from my last correspondence with the Inquisition. My people have been under tremendous strain for too long, even before the destruction of the Conclave, and it has taken its toll on all of Redcliffe Arling. But that is in the past. Today, I write to offer an invitation to the Inquisition. The banner of Kalen is part of my domain and now lies empty. Ben Ilara lost her life attending the Conclave. Her only living relative holds lands too far away to administer both. By Ferelden custom, the lands are now the property of whomever claims them through skill of arms. A tournament will be held at Kalen, with the victor taking the title as their prize. The Inquisition may send a champion to fight in the melee if you wish. So we have Josephine here. We can't truly run a banner, but a well-chosen envoy could win us Ferelden allies. And Colin says, we could send a champion. It may not be wise to win, however. Fereldens hold grudges. Yeah, let's go with Josephine on this.
Inquisitor.
I don't give a shit about land. Let's look over here. Because I've already used Josephine now. Oh, bring Samson to Skyhold for judgment. Inquisitor, when Corypheus rushed from the temple of, from Mythal, or Mythal, I should say, he left his general for dead. My soldiers and I captured Samson with ease, given that he was still unconscious from your fight. While it will take the army some time to return from the wilds, we can expedite Samson's return in order to put him on trial. If you've no objections, I would be present for his judgment, Commander Cullen. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Samson has earned an armed escort guarded in a wagon which our fastest horses will pull back to Skyhold.
To work?
And we've got one left. Research the Well of Sorrows. Cool. Okay, so the Well of Sorrows was constructed in unspeakably ancient times. There may be slivers of information left in elven legends or crumbling papers in far-flung libraries. Send people to research how ancient elves made this strange artifact. Liliana says you recognize the magic used in the well. You... Sorry. The universities in Val Royeaux could look into it for us. They're well funded.
Inquisitor.
That actually was the longest possible option, but it was also the only option, so, you know, might as well. So this part, much like, you know, it's kind of a cycle that I go through here. Whenever I finish one of the more, what does that say? From the heart? Operate that, okay, whatever. You know, whenever I finish one of the main quest lines, I always like to follow up with the next video by just going around talking to people. They usually have something new to say, so that's what this video is mostly going to be dedicated to. Now I can judge Samson, apparently, in about 12 minutes.
It comes swiftly, this moment that would be spoken of for ages. The day the Herald of Andraste challenged the Darkspawn that thought itself a god. Defeat him, and you'll be more than a holy man to the people. You'll enter legend.
If it's true, may the Maker judge me worthy of the honor.
And there is the modesty people respect. People joined the Inquisition after hearing you were blessed, but they've stayed because of how you lead. I wanted to tell you that I shared their sentiments, Inquisitor, and... well, I suppose I just did.
You've always been there for us, Josephine. And for me.
It means much to hear you say that. Farewell, my lord. When you face Corypheus, may you walk in the light.
No. Let's not do that. You're acting like I'm gonna die. I'm not co-signing on that shit, lady. God damn it. Sorry.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you. You're just in time. We almost had to start without you.
What exactly were you starting without me now?
Look who showed up, everybody. Deal him in, would you, Ruffles?
I do hope I recall the rules. It's been ages since I've played a game of Wicked Grace.
Grab a seat. We're ready to start.
Are we playing cards or what?
There's a crown on his head, but a sword too. His head didn't want either.
Don't talk to the face cards, kid.
You seem to have enough people. I have 1,000 things to do. Losing money can be both relaxing and habit-forming. Give it a try.
Curly, if any man in history ever needed a hobby, it's you.
Dealer starts. Oh, I believe I'll start at... oh, 3 coppers. Do you think that's too daring? Maybe I'll make it 1. No. Boldness. 3 it is.
Seriously, who starts at 3 coppers? Silver or go home?
Sounds good. I'm in.
Bolder the better, right? I'm in.
Me too. Well, are you in?
I'm in, and raising another silver.
You haven't even looked at your cards.
Our illustrious leader is betting we're bluffing.
You are bluffing.
The poor recruit ran out into the dining hall in nothing but his knickers. And this profound silence fell over the hall as 70 mages and 30 Templars all turned to stare at once. Then, a slow round of applause began and spread until every soul was on their feet. A standing ovation.
What did he do?
Saluted, turned on his heel, and marched out like he was in full armor.
Good man.
You're shitting us.
That's how you know it's true. I could never put that in a book. Too unlikely.
I've got one for you. Firstly, my aunt is known across the Free Marches for her love of Antivan opera. So, of course, when a performance of The Murder of Queen Madrigal opened, she made us all attend. My aunt refused to speak to me for 3 months.
Not bad. You don't mind if I steal that one, do you?
Well done.
You ought to tell stories more often.
I like the part with the rabbit. There should be more rabbits in stories.
That was scandalous. It would ruin the Inquisition if anyone found out. Tell it again. And the dealer takes everything. I win again.
Deal again. I've figured out your tells, Lady Ambassador.
Commander, everyone knows a lady has no tells.
Then let's see if your good fortune lasts one more hand.
I want another chance to win my dignity back. Deal me in.
Don't say a word, dwarf.
I tried to warn you, Curly.
Never bet against an Antivan, Commander.
It comes off. I didn't know it came off.
I'm glad you decided to join us tonight. It's too easy to mistake you for the Inquisitor.
You're mistaking me for me. How much did you have to drink?
It's easy to forget you're not just an icon or symbol. Like those statues of Andraste holding bowls of fire. At least it is for me. You up for another game when this is all over, Inquisitor?
I wouldn't miss it.
Good. It'll take me a while to talk Cullen into it. Maybe I'll work the revenge angle.
Who's that? Did I win?
Alright, well that was neat. It's a good thing Solus wasn't there. He would have been a real drag. Speaking of Solus, there he is.
The Temple of Mythal was extraordinary. In all my journeys, I never dreamed of finding anything like it. What will you do with the power of the well once Corypheus is dead?
I'm not arrogant enough to think it's my decision alone. Whatever happens, we'll do it together.
You think to share your power, to avoid the temptation to misuse it. A noble sentiment, but ultimately a mistake.
Why?
Because while one selfless man may walk away from the lure of power's corruption, no group has ever done so.
If other members of the Inquisition overstep their bounds, I'll be there to stop them.
Ah, then I misunderstood. You will be first among equals. Good.
I'm just bullshitting him.
You have not been what I expected, Inquisitor. You have impressed me. You must not let false modesty allow you to pass your power to someone else. There are few regrets sharper than watching fools squander what you sacrifice to achieve. Forgive my melancholy. Corypheus has cost us much. The Temple of Mythal did not deserve such a fate. The orb he carries, and its stolen power, that at least we may still recover. With luck, some of the past may yet survive.
You planning to leave before we take down the bad guy?
No, but there may not be a later. It seemed wise to say my goodbyes now.
Alright, I think it's pretty obvious we're getting close to the end of the game now. Yeah, I don't know. The further we've gotten into this game, the more and more I don't know. Solus is acting very strange. Like, came off at the beginning as kind of like, I don't know, sort of a wise sage kind of character. And as the game has gone on, he's really more so come off as somebody who kind of despises humanity. A bit of a nihilist almost, and, I don't know, he's just kind of off-putting.
Greetings. We'll talk later.
I know that's getting annoying. I'm really sorry. But it's like no matter what, it's just like kind of stuck in the back of my throat.
What happened at the Elven Temple? It's It's got me thinking. I should go back, shouldn't I? To Tevinter. Once this is done. If we're still alive. All my talk of how terribly wrong things are back home. But what do I do about it? Nothing.
How does this relate to the Elven Temple?
You encountered ancient elves. A piece of history. Something the Imperium didn't destroy. Maybe my people can atone for what we've done. There is something still left to restore. Maybe not all of us want to, but that could be altered. If you can change minds, so can I.
You're not doing nothing, Dorian. You came here. You're fighting with us.
Thank you for saying that. I want to do more than stop Corypheus, however. I want to save my home. It might surprise you to know that you're the one who inspired me. You're shaping the world, for good or ill. How could I aspire to do any less? If it means proving that Tevinter can be better, that there's hope even for my homeland, I would do anything.
Yeah, that's another thing about this game that I'm noticing is it's got a very... Sorry, it's got a very Mass Effect-y sort of vibe to it, you know? Alright, if this continues, I might have to stop the video, at least for now, because, yeah, I'm having a hard time speaking without kind of tripping up a little bit.
A message from Divine Justinia.
I'm just like, yeah, she's dead, you know. Like, that would just be the biggest dick thing to say in the world.
That's a shock. You alright reading it?
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Do you know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
No, I'm not going to say that.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the Chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the Chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Alright, well, that's probably the next thing I'll be doing then.
I was pondering who might be Divine, and it suddenly occurred to me. Is it so ridiculous for the Grand Clerics to support me? Why shouldn't they?
If you were Divine, what would you do?
Change things. Change everything. Your support of the Mage Rebellion was a good start. We must build on this. No more circles. The mages will be free. The Chantry will accept them as the Maker's children. In fact, it will accept everyone. Elves, dwarves, even Canary. Why exclude them? The Chantry allows our differences to tear us apart, instead of teaching us how we are the same.
Oh, wow. This is making me make a decision. Well, now that she's kind of put a stance on things, I don't know. I like the, you know, a willingness for change and wanting to kind of bring somewhat of an equality to the land and basically say, hey, look, I'm not going to exclude people because of, you know, some sort of shortcoming they have or some sort of decision that they've made. Everybody can help us in some sort of way. You know, Cassandra said the same thing, but the way I look at Cassandra, I feel like her convictions are more so applied to this false sense of honor sometimes. Not necessarily false. It's not a false sense of honor, but more so just childish and misguided in a sense. Whereas Liliana is a bit crazy from what I've noticed in the past. I do think that involving them, you know, completely uplifting the mages and completely bringing them to a point where they're given full, you know, freedom is dangerous, perhaps, because if left to their own devices, they could destroy the world. But that having been said, idealistically, you'd like to believe that they wouldn't do that, right? I mean, it's kind of like one of those things, it's like a few bad eggs, you know, don't really, or shouldn't necessarily spoil the bunch. I don't know. I would support her if she had some discretion. And when it comes right out to it, when before I went into it, I was leaning towards Liliana because I believed that she was a little bit more realistic about her goals, and she would probably strive for them a little bit better than Cassandra would. Not to mention that, you know, I think that she's got a little bit better diplomacy, or not diplomacy, but she has more wit behind her than Cassandra does. Cassandra's, you know, just kind of a natural-born soldier, whereas Liliana's, you know, more strategic, and I feel like that's better for leadership, potentially. So I think I would support her.
I think you would make a good divine.
I am glad to hear it. Your support may persuade the Grand Clerics to vote in my favor. Justinia wanted to accept the mages. Our treatment of them made the mess you had to clean up. But perhaps it is not just mages we must accept, but all people. A nice dream, no?
It is certainly something worth working for.
But what am I saying? Justinia couldn't find enough support for reform. Why would I fare any better? Perhaps I should stop filling my head with such foolish notions and get back to work.
Yeah. Bring equality to everyone. Except for the Jews. We don't want them. No.
I expected the hero Ferelden to be at Adamant, but he was not with the other wardens. He studied the Blight after killing the Archdemon, and may know something that could help us. If you like, I can have agents look for him.
That sounds like a wise choice.
I'll make preparations in the war room.
Yay.
Now, was there anything else?
Anything I should know?
It's been a long road, but we're nearing the end. With Samson gone, the Red Templars are scrambling.
I'll leave you to your work.
But, so, by the way, that's, you know, if you're not aware, that is obviously the, protagonist from the first game. But, okay, so I made a comparison to Mass Effect, and, you know, I'm sure there's a couple people going like, well, duh, because it was made by the same developer. But, I meant a little deeper than that, where, you know, obviously you're building this sort of crew, to kind of fight this, not suicide mission like in Mass Effect 2 specifically, but sort of against all odds kind of opponent. And you know, going around to the people, they kind of all are given the same sort of message, like, look, we could all die here, so it was an honor working with you. And that's very it really reflects and resonates as you know, kind of similar to Mass Effect 2, which I thought was kind of interesting.
I wanted to thank you. When you came to see me, if there's anything... This sounded much better in my head.
I trust you're feeling better?
Yes.
Is it always that bad?
The pain comes and goes. Sometimes I feel as if I'm back there. I should not have pushed myself so far that day.
I'm just glad you're all right.
I am. I've never told anyone what truly happened to me at Ferelden's Circle. I was not myself after that. I was angry, For years, that anger blinded me. I'm not proud of the man that made me. Now I can put some distance between myself and everything that happened. It's a start.
You're a better person than you give yourself credit for.
I appreciate the thought, but I know who I am. Anyway, I meant to thank you, not trouble you further. You've enough to worry about. How are you holding up?
I'm fine. Focus your concern on our soldiers.
Of course, Inquisitor.
Oh, I didn't. Damn it. I was more so trying to, like, be like, it, you know, don't worry about me, it's okay. But that came off more so like, fuck off. That's not what I meant. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be a dick, it was just alright, whatever. Maybe that's just my fault, but I feel like sometimes those those dialogue options are kind of misleading as to what they're trying to say. But you know, whatever.
Victory in the Arbor Wilds. The Archdemon might have been a real threat to our army, but it flew off once we turned the tide. It is still out there, however. I wonder what Corypheus plans now.
We'll deal with whatever he throws at us.
Do not underestimate Corypheus. He is powerful, and you have yet to fight him one-on-one. But he will come. You will get your chance.
It wouldn't be any fun if all this was over so soon.
Corypheus believes himself a god. Pride alone demands he not slink off into the shadows. I have faith you will be victorious even so. Not long ago, this was impossible to imagine. You, successful against all odds, victory close at hand. The time has come to consider what will come next.
Oh, I have plans of my own.
As you should. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter. I will stand with you in the end, Inquisitor, if you will have me.
Oh, I'll have you all right. Sex.
Empress of fire, what season may come, we fight for the day you'll restore our heart and bring us to glory. We are forever in your graces. Empress of fire, save us everyone. The nation reviles, the course is but run, an end has begun. Empress of fire, believe in our soul, embrace us with arms and dress us with swords, and light up our hearts with blood so bold. We are forever in your graces. Empress of fire, in the reign of the lion, eclipsing the eye of the empire of we Orlesians. Empress of fire, what season may come, we fight for the day you'll restore our heart and bring us to glory. Welcome back.
Our heroes strode the winding road. There is an issue that you should address. I think it's worth your time, Inquisitor.
Okay. You got it.
Most of the charges are still at the Temple of Mythal. I missed a crazy fine.
We'll talk later.
Okay, I think Iron Bull is up here. I keep on thinking he is, but I don't know.
Inquisitor, this gear is the best. I never thought, well, will be worth it, I swear.
Oh, a new operation out of that. Cool. Alright, Sarah's up here. I wonder where Iron Bull is. I haven't found him as of late.
I'm sorry. Oh wait, no I'm not. It's just the funniest, isn't it? That creaky old Abelas in Mythal saying the elves weren't destroyed by Tevinter.
That's some long dead you're gloating over.
About time I got mine back. Elvie elves have shoved victim in my face 1,000,000 times. Like being sad makes them better than me. Turns out they're not victims. They're the same as everyone else. Arseholes. Plus, a big old temple full of demon-worshipping lies. Grand, that.
You seem pretty certain. You don't believe anything from Mythal.
Course not. What, I should believe all that stuff? Because elves? I mean, it was impressive and all. Makes the Dalish look like tits for living in the woods, but so what? There can't be a bunch of gods, and the Maker. Don't matter how much or little you believe, those don't fit. So call me stupid, but I believe the stuff not made up by dead people who failed. Mythal is a ruin full of demons. I mean, it just makes sense, right?
There's so much history there. What if some of it is true?
No, now you're stupid. You can't think that because it's stupid.
But everything we saw...
Why believe it? Because Abelas looked weird? If that's all it takes, Cariffi's shitheel is full of lumpy truth. You're not even an elf. Why are you being so damned elfy? You're the frigging herald of Andraste. Every time you open your mouth, you'll sound like an idiot.
Well, it works for you, so I'm in good company.
Words are dumb. Haven't had an argument yet I can't end with arrows. Let me know when you want me to discuss it with Cariffi shit.
Fucking Sarah, man. I will say that she has taken away the leading role as my least favorite companion. Solus has managed to take that crown. She's second least favorite now. God damn it. What's up, Cole?
No.
But you like demons.
I enjoy the company of spirits, yes, which is part of why I do not abuse them with bindings.
It isn't abuse if I ask.
Not always true. Also, I do not practice blood magic, which renders this entire conversation academic.
He won't bind me. He's a mage and he likes demons, but he won't help.
Why would you want Solus to bind you?
So I'm safe. If Solus won't do the ritual to bind me, someone else could. Will. Like the Warden mages. And then... I'm not me anymore. Walls around what I want. Blocking, bleeding, making me a monster.
A mage using blood magic could conceivably do that to any one of us. Human or demon.
You should ask Solus to bind you too. And then someone can bind him.
We'll find a way to keep you safe without binding you, Cole.
I have a suggestion, if Cole is ready to listen. I recall stories of amulets used by Raveni seers to protect spirits they summoned from rival mages. A spirit, wearing an amulet of the Unbound, was immune to blood magic and binding. It should protect Cole as well. The resources of the Inquisition could be used to find such a talisman.
Good. They will not take me.
Alright, so I got a new operation for that as well. Oh god, I know that's gonna be a fetch quest. The amulet shit, really, I hate that. Alright, whatever. Okay, so we have Vivian still. Where the hell is Iron Bull? Alright, so we still have Blackwall, Vivian, and Iron Bull to talk to. And then we'll do the war table. Well, actually, no. After we talk to those people, then we'll judge Samson. Then we'll do the war table. And I think after that we'll be done for the video. The fuck, Iron Bull? Where are you, man? I think that makes cough number 10 right there for the video. Alright. Sarah's right there. Iron Bull. There he is.
So to kill Corypheus, all we have to do is kill his dragon first? That's easy. We're good at killing shit. Just one more big fight to put this Magister asshole down for good. I knew you'd get us here, boss.
It's been an honor, Bull.
Oh, don't get like that. This isn't goodbye. We're kicking this guy's ass.
Alright then, Freddie Prinze. I don't know. I've enjoyed a couple of movies Freddie Prinze Jr.'s been in, but I'm not so fond of him as a voice actor, honestly. Clearly he has some sort of contract signed with BioWare, considering he was in Mass Effect 3 as well. But him attempting to put on that voice in for Iron Bull is just so goddamn distracting. Okay, Blackwall is still missing. Or maybe he's upstairs. Nope. Alright, I was going to show you a second conversation that there was to be had with Blackwall, but unfortunately, looking back at the recording for that bit, not Shadowplay, but the recording got fucked up and it had a really bad sync issue to the point where it was like watching a slow motion video. It's really weird, but it's the way that Shadowplay works whenever a video gets corrupted. I would blame this on Shadowplay, but I know that that's not fair because it doesn't do it with any other game. Dragon Age Inquisition seems to have a lot of problems when it comes to video recording and stuff like that because it crashes every single time I use Fraps. So it's just kind of the way it is, and unfortunately there were no saves before that Blackwall conversation, so you're just not going to see that, unfortunately. The good thing is that I'm still able to do the War Council stuff, which I've already technically done. So, yeah. God. Okay, so we have research the Well of Sorrows. Inquisitor, I must take over our investigation into the Well of Sorrows. Dozens of antiquarians and historians are begging us for the results. There have been several attempts to steal our research. While we have nothing conclusive, the research has proven useful in negotiations with interested scholars, and we should guard it accordingly. Liliana. Bring Samson to Skyhold for judgment. Inquisitor Trevelyan, we have secured Samson in the holding pens. Your worship, he's not said much. We'll bring out the villain for judgment at your pleasure. Alright. The Oral Invitation. Ambassador, I cannot thank you enough for inviting me to act as the Inquisition's champion at the Grand Melee. You will be glad to hear I did not disgrace you. I placed a respectable 10th. Although I did not manage to win us either title or lands, I did secure several trade agreements with the Banner for the Inquisition. I thought that might please you more than a dank castle. Alright. So, obtain an amulet for Cole. Regardless of whether Cole is a demon or a spirit, he remains vulnerable to venatory binding magic. The amulet of the Unbound, used by Ravini Sears. God damn it.
I fear
Shut up.
Fear for her, rather than fearing what she will do. You do care.
I would have concern for anyone who came into contact with that thing.
Used by Ravini Sears, is said to protect spirits from such magic. However, finding such an amulet in this part of the world will be difficult. Liliana says, I know a wealthy Orlesian noble whose private collection includes includes jewelry from all over Thedas. I doubt he would miss one piece.
Let's see what we have.
Alright, what was the other one I did? It was in Orlais, I guess. Alright, alliances from the heart. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, test of metal and the crew. A report sealed with the mark of a minor lord. It is irrelevant who noticed the darkspawn your worship. Such pockets are not uncommon. We understand that you cannot allow such things on trade routes you wish to exploit. Unfortunately, we cannot allow external forces to cross our holdings. Instead, we request sanction to act under your banner. It is a risk we are prepared to take because such partnership and the expected increase in status will be profitable. In return, we will promise resources, but we remain committed to merely observing your greater struggle. I trust you understand. A note by Colin added below the report, brought to our attention by Sutherland and his crew. Charming. Josephine says, a holdout over negotiations. This offer comes with caveats, but is valuable.
Let us begin.
And then the last one, alliances from the heart. There's a continuation from the beginning of the video. Sorry if I'm going kind of fast. I'm just trying to get through this. The conflict among the nobles of the Orlesian capital has come to a head. Lady Richelieu has been busy promoting an arranged marriage to... what was it? Richelieu? Yeah, Richelieu has been busy promoting an arranged marriage to solidify the positions of the current players. With considerable status reserved for her as a matchmaker, the object is the pairing of Lord de Rosier with Lady Tybalt's daughter Celeste. All who have status enough to speak seem to be in agreement, but we have received a number of letters regarding the matter. From Lady Valise Tybalt, my daughter will dutifully comply, but I know her feelings. She will speak to no one. I would have you remind her that we are servants of our chosen world, but it serves us as well. It is her name that is stabilizing this alliance. It conveys power that should not be misdirected to matchmakers. From Lord Pierre de Rosier, frankly, I'll be glad when the matter is settled. I have no desire to inconvenience the young Celeste beyond what name sharing Lady Richelieu, whatever, recommends. This has been a cock-up from head to tail. From Jacine Leandri, I pledge the Inquisition. If my dear Celeste is willing to sacrifice to ensure this alliance, then I can only do as much. My name may not be enough for some, but she will have my protection indirectly through service to you. Colin says, do we truly need this? I suggest discreet maneuvers in the free marches. Discreet maneuvers in the free marches, a standard retinue, +2, get the young couple out of range.
All right.
Ugh, God. Coughing up a storm in this video. Alright, so. Hopefully this time, no more corruption in the video. And we can get this done. Judging the prisoner will it will be the final bit of this video, so enjoy.
Forgive me, Inquisitor. For personal interest, I have relieved Josephine, as you might expect. Knight Templar Samson, General to Corypheus, traitor to the Order. The blood on his hands cannot be measured. His head is too valuable to take. Kirkwall, Orlais, many would see him suffer. I can't say I'm not one of them.
Judging him will affect as many as his crimes. I won't take it lightly.
The Red Lyrium will steal your vengeance. You know what it does. Corypheus only delayed my corruption.
Are you still loyal to that thing? He poisoned the Order, used them to kill thousands.
Templars have always been used. How many were left to rot like I was, after the Chantry burned away their minds? Piss on it. I followed him, so Templars could at least die at their best. Same lie as the Chantry. The profit just isn't as pretty.
You led them to their deaths, but did a good job. That's your defense.
I'm not offering a defense. What I did was a mercy for Templars already lost.
You were always weak, and your leadership proves it.
Every one of those Templars would have suffered until nothing was left. And then be forced to kill and die. I gave them hope. Just like the Chantry. Just like you. But I'm weak, and you're a savior. Do what you want. I'm done talking.
Okay. So out of the 4 options, what we have is shoving this coward in a hole, letting Kirkwall have him, which basically means torture, exiling him to the wilderness, which means that he is technically free, and he could potentially return to Corypheus, or I don't know, do something dangerous, or Dagna will study his powers. Now, between the 4 of these, there's only really one that has any sort of positive effect for the Inquisition and potentially the rest of Thedas. Now, we could just go about this in a way where we get some sort of feeling of justification and like, yeah, we punched this guy. But the way I look at it, if there is a way in which you can come away with something, you know, some sort of positive effect on the whole situation, regardless of how negative it the situation stemmed from, I feel like you should probably take it in opposition to, you know, punishing someone. You know, I feel like that's kind of not the best way of dealing with something when you have a better alternative. So we're gonna go ahead and have his powers studied.
Samson, you can still be of use to good people. What you know is less important than what you are. My Arcanist will study your resistance to Red Lyrium.
Do as you will, Inquisitor. Your kind always does.